Parlez-vous français?
Yeah, guys, we got this package from France. Okay, so if you order a fragrance directly from MFK's website, this is what's coming in it.
It's a tiny little box that's tightly packed.
There it is.
Yes!
There it is. Look at that beautiful, majestic outside packaging.
That's
Says
really
something.
nice.
Maison Francis Kurkdjian. There you go. Lumiere Noire. Oh man, that's a beautiful bottle already.
And with
The little cards.
Yeah, you get your 2 samples with every time you buy from the actual website.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it comes with a fancy description and everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
French and English.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise I'd translate for everybody, but my French is awful.
Those are the 2 samples that you're gonna look forward to seeing a real smell for a first time smell from. You also get this envelope here.
With surprises inside.
Yeah, MFK Paris. On the inside, there's this, which says, with the compliments of MFK.
Oh, that's nice. And then little package slips and...
So you get, then we have this about Aqua Celestia here. We've got this descriptor of it. Kind of beautiful. Here we go. First we're trying Masculine Pluriel, which is the fougere of MFK's line. It says here, a creative foray into the world of eternal masculinity.
Eternal.
The modernity of a mirror effect with multiple variations where timeless wood notes echo each other. Cedar, patchouli, vetiver, soft leather, and a sublime fougere accord rest on a lavender absolute.
Oh, lavender. You love your lavender.
I love my lavender. Fougeres are one of my favorite fragrance styles, genres, if you will.
And I hate vetiver, so this will be fun.
Okay, I'm going to let you smell it first because I want to see her face.
You ready?
Yep. That's a delightfully pleasant noise. I'm reviewing her review, you see. There's a middle ground here. You like that?
I find it very pleasant.
The vetiver is super strong there. You know what, though?
I don't think it's like... I don't know. Some of the other fragrances that we smell with vetiver, like, I run from. It's like Pepe Le Pew just went off in the fragrance aisle and I run in the other direction. But if that's vetiver, I don't think it's bad.
This smells a lot like that M. Mikolov Akawa fragrance. It smells like the vetiver from there is like it mated with like Caron Pour Homme, and you could smell really that strong, beautiful lavender there. We're gonna come back to this one, but holy shit! All right, oud. This one is just oud.
And
Kurkdjian himself gets Laotian oud, which, as far as I recall, as like for just an oud that hasn't been aged, hasn't been spiced, hasn't had anything added to it. The essential oil from Laotian oud, I think, is the most expensive that there is. So I just wanted to see what Kurkdjian was bringing to just like a saffron rose oud.
let's do it.
So it says here, pure mystery, bewitching, magnificent. The whole body is delighted in advance at the prospect of casting its spell. In Oriental eau de parfum to share with accents of saffron, elemi gum, oud from Laos, yep, cedarwood, and patchouli. Also available in scented body cream. Look at this shit. Flump. There it is. Looking all cute.
I love how it specifically states, the whole body is delighted in advance at the prospect of casting its spell.
Oh.
Sounds like the beginning of like a porn that's also a fairy tale.
I can, I sprayed it. I'm not anywhere close to it. I can smell it already.
It's pungent. But not in a bad way. Pungent normally has a bad connotation. Maybe it actually has a bad definition.
You don't like that? Woo-hoo-hoo! She doesn't like the oud.
No, it's not the oud. It's something underneath, and it could be the saffron, because you know that I'm a saffron hit or misser.
That's true.
It's. I don't think it's the oud. It's like a weird spicy thing underneath that's gross.
Wow, that's an incredibly delicate oud, though. Like, As far as most of the oud combinations, that's the patchouli, you know it, the patchouli, the saffron, the rose, and the oud. They're usually very aggressive, very in your face. This is very...
It's whatever spice I'm smelling in that. I just don't enjoy it one bit.
We might have to try some more of the oud line.
And try it on skin, because that's the other thing. Because just because we smell it on paper doesn't mean that's what it's going to smell like in real life.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing with both these here. We're going to have to try them out in person.
And we'll come back with a better review.
Yeah, maybe if we buy masculine Pluriel, we'll just come at you with the bottle.
With the bottle.
So here you go. We've seen this before. You got the little sleeve, which is just so fucking beautiful on there.
Oh, yeah.
And as you take it off, that's what the top of the box looks like. Alright, so I guess let's just get to it. Maison Francis Kurkdjian, in my estimation, has the very best, if we're not including by Kilian, has the very best minimalist bottles that are available.
I think these are better than by Kilian. If we're going for minimalist bottles and they're the best minimalist bottles, I think they're better.
This is an incredibly strange thing to try to open here, and I'm trying also not to damage the goods because this is a wonderful box. So I guess you open the top cap there, and it says Maison Francis Kurkdjian message ...
Uh-oh.
So there's a little pamphlet before you get to your fragrance that describes Lumiere Noire. It says welcome.
Bienvenue.
There it is. Welcome.
Yes.
It says welcome to the couture world of Lumiere Noire. This fragrance is available for women in eau de parfum and body range, as well as eau de toilette for men. As one of our valued customers, we invite you to register on the website to stay up to date with our latest creations. Here we go. Inspiration. Lumiere and Noir, two words that seem completely different and yet ... They combine to tell a unique story as the one created by the blend of rose and patchouli. Lumiere Noire, a mysterious fragrance with a force of attraction so strong that we lose ourselves.
And all sorts of...
And then it says instructions for use in a bunch of different languages so that if you are severely retarded and have bought this product without understanding how to use fragrance, you're going to be taught by the master himself. You can see on the inside there's the incredibly beautiful cap that these guys have. Oh yeah. Oh shit, look at that.
That's pretty.
Holy God, that is beautiful.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to bring some gloves home from work and we'll just touch this with gloves so we don't like smudge up the glass. Man.
The cap is so beautiful with the brushed iron or whatever. Oh, and it's so heavy, and it's got the... And the bottle, the text.
Okay, sorry, I wish they did, like, the brushed color for the
for
spray.
This atomizer. I agree.
Like,
yeah.
I think that would be really, really wonderful, as if that was the same type of...
But look at that shit, guys. I've been wanting to own one of these bottles forever. For literally ever.
It's pretty. It's beautiful. It's really, really nice.
Oh my God.
Okay, you ready for the big test?
Alright, let's see. Here's the test. Oh yeah. Okay, second time's the trick. Oh yeah, you can smell it a mile away. There's that beautiful, beautiful masterpiece. Lumiere Noire pour Homme.
Mm-hmm.
When we were hunting down our favorite rose fragrance, this is the one we settled on. We tried a ton of heavy hitters from a ton of houses. Mm. There's a lot we like. We have some really heavy winter rose fragrances that we like, but we are looking for more of a summertime rose. Mm. God, guys, I can't tell you. People say this is a little softer. It's kind of more effervescent a little bit, and that's what does it for me too, for the rose. I tell you, I love Lyric Man. I think Lyric Man's awesome. Lyric Man's a very green, very dark, very loud rose, and it's got a beauty to it. But in terms of a pure masterpiece for a rose fragrance, This does it. This is it. It smells way better than the sample that we have. I don't know why that is. Might be just that the sample was sitting there for longer, but man, boy, God.
I will give it credit that the atomizer tube is like more or less so thin and so transparent that you, like at a distance, don't even notice it's there.
Holy Christ, yeah, I didn't notice that.
I see, exactly. It is like, it's impressive.
Can you guys see that?
Oh, you can, yeah, a little bit. You can see it moving around.
Wow, very good catch. That's incredible. I was just so jazzed to finally own an MFK. Honest to God, that I didn't even notice it. Oh my God, though, that is just so beautiful.
Okay, so we normally talk about the bottle. We kind of started. It's got the logo in the back. Lumiere Noire and the Maison Kurkdjian Paris is in a... I can't tell. It looks like it's a gold color.
Yeah, it's like a gold.
Like, font on here. It's really clean font. What gets it for me is the shape that houses the actual perfume inside this bottle. Like, it's just... It's trippy, it's beautiful, it's... I mean, okay, so I guess what this would remind... Like, the shape of this bottle, in a very weird way, reminds me of, like, the curvaceous Greek and Roman sculptures of, like, women, or, like, of Aphrodite.
Yeah.
I know that sounds really random, but it's just... It's wonderful. It beats Killian by far.
And the top is a brushed and then polished, like, steel. You can, it's hard to kind of tell. Oh, there you go. You can see kind of the lacquered surface. Mm-hmm. And yet it maintains that just, like, I'm telling you.
I didn't know that's what it was supposed to look like when we were looking at the bottles. When we were looking online, I did not see that type of coloring on the cap.
You know, I mean, this might be beating the Killians. I don't know. This is... I'm in a state of ecstasy about how beautiful this bottle is. It's hard for me to describe, but you can see, like, it's not a perfectly square bottle. It's got a little embossed, like, curved edge down below and above, and it just does these things to the shape of squares, and you got the cylindrical middle there, that it's not like Gucci Pour Homme or Gucci Pour Homme 2, where it's just a literal square, but I can't tell you. 10 out of 10, 20 out of 10. If I could give this higher marks than 10, this would get them. This is the most beautiful bottle. I think I agree with you. The most beautiful bottle I've ever seen.
I mean, by far also the most beautiful bottle that we own.
For sure.
For sure.
The smell. I've already kind of said it. It's a soft, gentle, spiced rose. It doesn't necessarily smell like a masculine fragrance, although it's like marketed as a pour homme. I would say anybody gets away with this. This is This is probably the most unisex, if not leaning a little feminine. I don't think you even need to be a rose lover to appreciate how perfect this fucking perfume is.
And I'm not a big rose note fan, so I mean, I'm not like, I don't hate rose notes, but I think it's well blended. It's really soft. It's super creamy.
So I think the patchouli gives the rose the creaminess here. And then it's just, you know, the notes listed, it's, like if you look on Fragrantica, it says that there's cinnamon in here. I don't really buy that. Mm-mm. It doesn't smell cinnamony. The caraway that they say is in here, and the artemisia, I agree with. It does smell a little spicy, just a tad herbal underneath. But if you've ever smelt an MFK blend that doesn't come from his aquatic, fresh, citrusy line, you'll understand what we mean by how just creamy and perfect the blend is.
I don't know. What do you want to rate it?
10.
Yeah, I knew.
If I could go higher, it's a perfect. Who would you see wearing it?
Bambi. From Bambi. Well, okay, so I picked it for a couple of reasons, right? Bambi lives in the forest. I'm picturing, like, young Bambi. Since that he picked up from the forest, he's young, he's full of energy, he's got spring in his step, you know, innocence. In a lot of ways, it's because it's before his mom died. But at the same time, it's really regal because he's the prince of the forest. Hello, little prince. So I don't know, that's kind of what I was thinking, is that if I were to go up and hug Bambi...
Bambi would smell like this.
Bambi would smell like this.
But in the Disney way, where it's not a real deer, but instead it's a magical, beautiful, soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. The Lord of Rivendell, Elrond from Lord of the Rings, because, I mean, at first you kind of think Legolas, because Legolas also has the Casanova quality about him. He's, you know, who's he played by? Who are the women putting up posters of? And that's kind of what the rose in here.
Are we talking about Ian McKellen and Gandalf right now? Oh, sorry, my bad. Jonathan Davies in Gimli.
There it is.
Obviously. I mean, the hair.
But you know what I mean, though. I mean, that element. But I think the rose here is not a seductive rose. It's not... I mean, it can be. It can be a seductive, but it's not seducing. There you go. It's a seductive rose, but not a seducing rose. To be honest, this is just what I imagine Rivendell to smell like, really. I just
or
put
Hugo
Elrond
Weaving.
there. Or Hugo Weaving.
I mean,
no, because he's Agent Smith, too. He smells like static
No,
electronics.
I'm thinking like, no, just like Hugo Weaving.
Oh.
Or, doesn't V for Viva Vendetta like have something
He
with
loves
roses too?
Yeah.
I mean, there, see? All the more reason why it's just Hugo Weaving.
But really, I think it's Rivendell. I really think it's Rivendell. This is just... If you imagine, like, the Rivendell scenes from Lord of the Rings, this is what it smells like. Swear to God. What would you rate it? We haven't got your rating yet.
I think it'd be like a 9.3, 9.4. And the biggest reason is for me, a lot of perfume is emotionally charged for me. And this one doesn't have emotional memories yet, because it's brand new. And so I think if you ask me again, after we built some memories with it, it might change. But if you notice, a lot of my fragrances that I say are more like 9s out of 10s, 10s out of 10s, are very emotional for me. They got a lot of memories. So I think that's kind of where I'm at.
Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye.